With regard to food shortage, yes, we did talk about food shortages, and it's going to be real.
Wait till you see 100 million people for whom the entire food production capacity has collapsed.
When you say there's going to be food shortages, are we talking about things like what we see from Venezuela or from Cuba or from Russia, where if you go to the grocery store, is it that they're out of Honey Nut Cheerios, or are they out of all cereal?
Well, most people don't know. Corn, for instance, is in corn flakes and corn syrup. Soybeans are in all sorts of products that wind up in your local grocery stores. So when you don't have enough corn, when you don't have enough wheat, when you don't have enough soybeans, those things, those major items that we need to make all of these other products are not going to be in your local grocery stores like we've been used to. For so long, we've enjoyed lots of food in this country, so we've never ever faced a food shortage, and I think that's coming in the coming months. The Biden administration that I've been urging to take more swift action still hasn't taken the action I believe that's needed.
All the small farms, all the small ranches that aren't corporate are being given cease and desist letters and are being sued, are being fined, and being shut down. If you've got 50 acres and 10 cows, they say the runoff from the cow's poop eating grass is evil, and you're not allowed to have cows.
Well, when we're talking about attacks on critical infrastructure and cyber attacks, as you know, we've been reporting extensively about the ongoing phenomenon, again, that word, of food processing plants suddenly catching fire, not only in the United States, but also across the globe. Now, the list continues to grow almost by the week. The nearly 100 you see here provided by Zero Hedge stops at June of 2022, and there have been many, many more since then. But you're not allowed to ask what the heck is going on. The FBI continues to tell food industry professionals asking that very question that there's nothing to see here. Nothing's going on.
This is for anyone thinking of moving to Canada. Our food prices are outrageous. Here we have a pack of drumsticks from Costco, $202 for this pack, or $224 for this one. Moral of the story, don't move here.
Cows and other grass-eating species have a digestion system that emits methane, and methane is a very powerful greenhouse gas. And so cows alone account for about 6% of global emissions. And so we need to change cows, just cows alone.
By the way, let me say I support cows. I hope to see PETA supporting the Republican Party now that the Democrats want to kill all the cows.
By now you guys have heard about the fires going on in Texas. Over 500,000 acres have burned so far. What a tragedy and misfortune for the families that are ranching there. A lot of people don't understand that that's one more hit to our nation's food supply chain.
So I wanted to update y'all on what's going on in Texas. We have over 1 million acres of farmland that has been burned and ruined. And not only that, we have Texas Forest Service that is going into these ranchers' properties and dozing up the land. They're not even dozing the burned areas, they're ruining the remaining feed and grasses that they do have, and we don't know why they're doing this.
The largest fire we've ever had in Texas. It's the largest fire we've ever had in the United States. It's almost at 2,000 square miles, 1.5 million acres. Preliminary reports, 3,000 head of cattle. That number will triple or quadruple before it's over, especially when we start euthanizing the cattle that have had their hooves burnt or their udders burnt. We're going to have to, put a lot of these animals down. It's a sad situation.
Have you ever heard of cricket flour? There are at least 6 or 7 countries in this companies in this world that's now using crickets, insects, to make flour. According to Dover's, PepsiCo is looking to use cricket proteins in products such as Cheetos and Quaker granola oats. Insect Gourmet says insect-related businesses in the Western world are producing insect proteins for foods, beverages, confectionaries, and other things such as butters, oils, and pestos, as well as spice and seasoning. So it's most likely going to show up, not be labeled, and you're not going to know it, in pretty much everything you eat. According to Science Direct, this cricket flour has all the markings for high levels of detectable arsenic. The NIH says that novel foods such as crickets show presence of arsenic, aluminum, cadmium, chromium, and mercury in all those edible insects. This is a farm boy. That's what's going to be in our food supply soon.
How about you eating the bugs?
Insects may be on our menu.
Bugs for dinner?
Eating insects?
No one has ever shown that human emissions of carbon dioxide drive global warming. Never been shown. And if it could be shown, then you would have to show that the 97% of emissions, which are natural, do not drive global warming. Game over. We are dealing with a fraud. It's a scientific fraud from day one.
In the last 15 years, the planet has not got less green, it's got more green. Stunningly more green. 15% essentially in 15 years.
You will eat the bugs, and you will own the nothing.
Hornworms. They're still alive. The fried grasshopper. These are amazing. These are exquisite grasshoppers.
I first had them when I was first in country. Crickets. You start with crickets.
Yeah.
Crickets in a beer. And then you kind of, move up to tarantulas. Go ahead. How do you flip a scorpion? Good? Is that good, guys? Dinner. You want to share a spider? Hot?
So can I make one without flavor?
It's actually really good, the flavor.
This is a powder derived from the mealworm, and it's a insect protein just been approved by the EU for human consumption.
You're not just getting me to eat dirt, are you?
No, man, I wouldn't play you, bro.